The Crew Motorfest has a very unusual and deceptive handling model that I think you need to know about. Look, I played both the Crew games, I played the original Test Drive Unlimited, I played a lot of Gran Turismo over the years, played a lot of Forza as well, Motorsport and Horizon. And the Crew sits in between a lot of these games. It is not like Forza Horizon, weirdly. The Crew Motorfest takes a lot of cues from Horizon with this whole Motorfest festival thing and all sort of nonsense. But the handling is a lot more weighty. It's a lot more deliberate. You see here, I end up hitting that barrier. In Horizon, I would have been able to save that. But the cars in the Crew Motorfest, they have real momentum. They have actual weight. And if you brake too late for a corner, you will not be able to save it. Even that Mazda MX-5 on the inside, that is such a dainty car in something like iRacing or Gran Turismo. But here it's like a heavy car. Look at it understeering. This is going to be really divisive. I think there's going to be a lot of people saying, hang on, see they're getting the back end out in a Supra. This handling model is way too heavy. Way too heavy, but I really like it because it forces you to actually drive sensibly. So you've got a lot of power here in our Toyota Supra. Have to brake early now, trying avoiding, just glancing the barrier, and that's quite a lot more satisfying than just hitting it. You can see here coming up with a Mitsubishi Evo there, four-wheel drive car that should handle quite nicely through this corner. It's going to just bounce off it. Bouncing off other cars can still be a little bit of a pro, but it's definitely not a pro when you hit the barrier. And now we're going to try and hunt down this R34. By the way, I love what the Crew do with dressing up these events to make them feel really, really special. This feels like we're in Japan or doing a Japanese underground street race. It feels like Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. It looks awesome. And we're trying to catch up with this Skyline R34. So getting a big amount of oversteer there. It's not running with any traction control, not running with any ESP. We do, however, I think, have the ABS on. You can see the assist there. And now we're going to try and catch Skyline. And when we go wheel to wheel, you'll get a really good idea of what the handling's like. But have a look at the way that the car sometimes feels a little bit sluggish to turn. And you can't just boost your way out of it. You can't just get on the handbrake either, because getting on the handbrake and drifting is not fast in this game. It does not help you at all. And you can see here again, look how understeer you are. Now, don't get me wrong, I really like these physics. For me, this is a lot more, dare I say, realistic. It's a lot more based in the fundamentals of actually how you should drive in real life. So I prefer this to Forza Horizon. Even Forza Motorsport feels like a very loose, oversteery game where you can just sort of save yourself by running deep by applying an unrealistic amount of steering lock and getting on the power and getting those rear wheels spinning up. There we go, side by side with the R34. And the AI, by the way, gives me a really good battle. You can sort of fine-tune the AI by turning off assist that you have. So you can see here that I'm not forcing myself to cockpit view. That would be an added difficulty that would give myself more credits. I'm not turning off, I believe, the ABS I still have on. See them trying to crunch the R34. Are we going to beat it? Well, it's going to be a good challenge. And after this race, I'm going to show you what it was like to drive the Evo, which is a different car to drive as well, and let you know some of the insights that the characters actually give you, which is really different to something like Gran Turismo or Forza. So there's the R34 coming back at us, and we're going to try and boost out of it in the Supra. Tight corner coming up. Get rammed by the R34. It's going to squeeze us wide, side by side. Again here, trying to turn in. We'll hit that lamppost, and now boosting. Surely the start finish is going to come up soon. Otherwise, I'm in real danger of not winning this race. Coming in very deep here. No, 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 no. Oh, no. There goes the R34. As again, we go too deep into a corner. If you played the beta of the Crew Motorfest, you will know what it's like. You have to keep switched on when it comes to these corners. You can't just sort of bounce off the barrier. It's not a game like that. Up the inside of the Skyline, but we're going to go deep, hit the barrier, and he's going to cut us back just after I said it. There we go. You can see I'm still getting to grips with the handling here. Going to try and really take a tight line. Have we got any nitrous? No, we don't. And we hit the lamppost there, running over the curb. And again, we're really close to the Skyline, up the inside, getting a bit of swaz. That's going to help sufferers on the exit. And there we go, on the boost. There's the finish line. Looks like we're just going to get it. So a great battle with the R34 in this race, showcasing the handling. But I've got another race coming up for you here, where we're going to be in the Evo. Again, it's in this Japanese place. Absolutely love it. And something I want to let you know about in this race is, look, I play a lot of Gran Turismo. I'm top split Gran Turismo 7 in the daily races. And I've probably got this car in Gran Turismo 7, not all modded out obviously, but I've probably got the base Evo. They tell me something in this race that I never knew about this car. I never knew about it, and it's one of these things like Gran Turismo. They have a, you know, a cafe where you go and some old geezer will tell you everything about cars. No one does it because it's really boring. Here they just drop some little nuggets of wisdom during the race. Now, can we have a good result here in the Evo? You see I'm on the boost. Have a look at the weight transfer here. You can really feel the weight transfer all on the outside of the car and limiting the ability that I have when it comes to turning. So kind of, again, a fundamentally realistic model, I think, catching up with an RX-7 and the MX-5 on the boost. Can we go around the outside of the RX-7? No, we've run out of boost here. The MX-5 is rapid, by the way, in these races. Going over the jump, it's all going to go quiet. And I think this is where they tell me this little factoid about the Evo that I did not know. And you have to let me know in the comments, by the way, if you knew this fact already. And let me know if you want to see more of the Kireth Motorfest. So again, we're going to try and just brake early and accelerate out on the brakes. Oh no, and again, we're just sort of going to run out of road. I need to get better at the driving model in the crew, and I really hope... Oh, no, 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 no. Almost take out the MX-5 and hit myself. I really hope they don't change it and they keep the weight. Look, I know from my days of playing FIFA Weekend League back then, hideous days, sweaty days, that the player base would just complain about something and the devs would change it. But here I think they should stick to their guns. And trying to catch up with the MX-5, going to be another lap. Round the outside, we are now in P3. Is it possible to win this race? Could be, if we can keep up top speed. The physics, by the way, really interesting when it comes to drifting as well. And I've got another video on drifting in the Kireth Motorfest. But look at the spectacle as well. I mean, you'd have whole games with this sort of... There we go. The Evo doesn't have a reverse gear. It has 2 forward gears. So I did not know that. So even though Gran Turismo is sort of this bastion of like car knowledge and car culture, and it's probably hidden away in like 5 different menus, that's the case with the Evo X. Here they just tell you, and I quite like it. I gave a lot of respect to the game at that moment. I was like, okay, cool. That's a nice little fact I wouldn't have known about. But anyway, probably a lot of you do. Going over the jump again, I think it's the R34 ahead of us. Watch the car. Try and see if we can catch it. Trying to boost, boost, boost. We've got the underglow as well. We think back to games like Need for Speed, Underground, Underground 2. You know, they would sort of, you know, was it Juiced? They would sort of have this aesthetic for the whole game. The Kireth Motorfest is doing it for a playlist, and then, you know, we'll go and do the Porsche playlist. It'll be all about Porsche. Then we'll go and do the vintage one. It will all be like, there'll be no mini-map and HUD and kind of stuff like that. So it just skins it different ways. And GTA is really good at that. It's really good at taking a solid map, solid fundamentals, and skinning it different ways. And frankly, Forza is not that good at it, and Gran Turismo is even worse. So if you're looking for a racing game with your console, I have to say, the Kireth Motorfest, in my opinion, is legit. I'm not paid to say this, don't have to say anything at all, I can say whatever I want. But I do think it's a very decent game of handling as well. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.